Hi Cancer darling, and welcome to your weekly reading for 16 to 22 February 2026. Speaking Light Oracle is the channel. My name is Bianca and I'm just so thrilled to connect with my fellow Cancerians. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, help me out. I would dearly love to grow this channel to be of service to a wider audience. And it would really be such an honor for me if you could do that. Okay, but let's get back to you, Cancer. For the coming week, let's get some focus from Spirit, from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. I'm just going to see what Spirit would like you to be aware of. The infinite. Aren't these gorgeous? Look at that artwork. The infinite. Let's see what that's all about for you, Cancer. So this is what Spirit is saying your focus can be on for the next week. It would be good to focus there, okay? The eternal life force, cycles of growth, rising from the ashes, that's very important, many deaths and rebirths within one's life. You are so much more than your physical body. And it says, I'm not going to read it all because it's very long, but you may feel like you have led many lives and expressed different faces to the world. Boy, ain't that the truth? We can experience many, many deaths and rebirths as we allow outdated parts of ourselves to fall away. When we choose to align our lives with our spirit, we may find we experience more of these mini deaths. They can be daunting, but are fast-tracking our growth to prepare us for the shining new chapter that beckons. This card of rebirth can appear after challenges that have required a level of surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in your newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, doors are opening, and there are opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings, Cancer, and see how far they can reach. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix, born anew, ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools that you have gathered through your elevation process. Oh, my soul. That's good news, isn't it? Because I am a Cancerian and I have definitely felt all those little mini deaths and having to let go of past versions of myself and past iterations of who I am in the world. I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know in the comments if that's the same kind of thing for you, Cancer. So from 16 to 22 Feb, let's have a look at the following: your emotional, your physical, your relationship, and your income and earnings messages from Spirit. So firstly, we're going to go with emotional. Yes. Emotionally, it's been a little bit tough. Okay, there's a bit of worry. Have you been having strange dreams, Cancer? Really odd dreams that you know mean something, but you're not quite sure what they mean yet, and it's left you feeling a bit like, oh, what's going on? I'm going to take the Native American Oracle to clarify. What's this about? That's many, many cards. Seven of Swords. I was just talking about emotionally kind of going, what's going on? And here comes the Seven of Swords, right? He's cloaked in the fox energy. Like you can't quite see him very clearly. But the Knight of Cups is also showing up here. The Knight of Cups is a messenger. Not so much a messenger. He's a bringer of new abundance in terms of your emotional well-being. That's how I'm going to say it today. And you also have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is new growth, quite swift movement. So new ideas, new feelings in your emotional world this week, Cancer. So enjoy Yeah, we're in a very liminal space as Cancerians right now, emotionally. It's not a bad thing, though. I do feel there's a big purging going on for Cancerians at the moment. So now we're looking at your physical health and your messages from Spirit. We've got the Emperor. And the Emperor is the king of all the kings combined. Okay, so this card is saying to me right now, look at all the areas. Right, so you may have been really focusing on diet and kind of neglecting exercise, or really getting enough sleep, but then not getting the right nutrition. So, yeah, try to focus not too heavily, but sort of take a step back and see where you can tweak things in terms of hitting all the boxes for your physical well-being. I'm going to just clarify that quickly. This one. Yes, the Chariot. And then it's go time, baby. This is our card, Cancerian card. Then we're going to spread our wings and confidently fly into the future. Nice. So physically, nothing too hectic happening, but don't neglect yourself in any of the areas of your physical well-being. Let's look at your relationships, Cancer. What flipped? Ooh, okay. Okay. What's the other one? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So Spirit is saying in your relationships, and this can be romantic, work relationships, whatever relationships are front and center for you. There's the Eight of Pentacles that came up first, and that one is all about there's some work to do in your relationships. Okay, so put some more effort, or put effort, continue to putting effort into your relationships, but do not for 1 second think, Cancerians, that your relationship with self is less important. Please, because the light that comes from your inner knowing is what is going to make you successful in your relationships this week, okay? And then we've got the Eight of Cups. And again, it's hard for us as crabs to let go and walk away from what does not serve us. It is hard because we are determined to hang on for dear life, Cancer. But Spirit is saying, put the work into really delving in deeply. So maybe spend some time with a counselor or a trusted loved one that you can speak with to sort of just order your thoughts. If you don't want to do that, you could always just do some journaling and really just wrap your head and your heart around your inner life, your inner knowing. That's the work that needs to be done, so that you know what does not serve you, so that you have a clear idea of, yeah, it's time to walk away from this. And I don't have to be afraid of walking away. Is there any clarification here for this one, Spirit, for Cancer? Two of Swords. Two of Swords. And the Lovers. Okay, I'm just feeling into these. Give me a second. So, traditionally, Two of Swords is about, she has the two swords crossed and she doesn't quite know which decision needs to be made. Swords is a mental suit. But yeah, it's a bit of confusion, right? It's like riding a rooster. There's no direction. There's no clear direction coming through. And then the Lovers in the traditional tarot used to be called the Choice. So what Spirit is saying is there might be confusion, but when we go within, we're going to know what to walk away from. And then what remains is the choice that we have made for ourselves. And we can rest easy. Spirit says you can rest easy in your choices. Trust yourself, Cancer. Trust yourself. Okay, lovely. Lovely message there. Now we're going to look at your income earnings. Fiscal well-being for Cancer. I've been feeling some stuff moving, some movement coming in. New perspectives. You're going to get great new insight because you have done the work of moving yourself to a better position. You've kind of climbed the mountain a little bit away from stuff to go, okay, let me go and have a look at it from a higher perspective, right? You have been willing, Cancer, to do the work of looking at it differently. And we've got the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is, there's still a bit of slog to be done. There's slog to be done. There's hard work. There's some carrying to be done for Cancer. But next comes the 10 of Wands, which is the homecoming, which is the end of the journey, of the hard journey. And you're nearly there. And Wands is about fiery energy. It's about transformation happening. 5 of Cups. Yes, there has been loss, Cancer. We have felt it. And it's, again, coming back to this infinite card from the overall, is that, yes, there are many different iterations of ourself, of our work, of our income even, to let go. Because it worked at some point, it worked beautifully, and then it didn't work. And that brought us a lot of pain, and we took it personally, right? And we felt lost, and we felt like we lost out, right? But there's hope. There's new building. There's the little beaver swimming around. There's a cup that you're not seeing, or the cup that you still have left over. So turn your attention to that, Cancer, and then the new beginning will be evident to you, because it's already there. It is already there. I feel it. I know it. I don't doubt it for a second. Now let's just get a little Flower of Life oracle card for you, which is very often about, it ties the whole message of the reading up so beautifully. Did I say I do personal readings and counseling? If you would like to check that out, there's a link in the description box. But of course, if you enjoyed this reading, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time. Thank you for trusting me. Oh, beautiful. Can I show you something? Okay, so there's the back of the card. That's your image. This one in the beginning was the infinite. This one says flow. Can't make this stuff up, Cancer. To be open means to flow, not to hold yourself rigid in fear and resistance. Your true nature is openness. You do not have to achieve it, for you are already open. It is the mind that is closed, locked into certain belief systems that arise from your conditioned experience. The open heart is open to all experiences, Cancer, for the wisdom of your heart knows that at the center of all experience is love. If you are searching for serenity, security, prosperity, and to be loved, know it already exists. All you have to do is feel and see it. As you do, the old illusions fueled by outdated beliefs and thought patterns will dissolve, and your energy will transcend, moving you towards more of who you are. Feel the flow. Sorry, it's very hot in here. So what also came up for me as I was reading those words to you is very often we can get, and especially when you're when you are in a place of, gosh, this is still such a battle and it's not all clear to me, okay, which is part of what Cancer is going through at the moment. When we hear things like, oh, just go with the flow, if you're looking for this, just feel it and know it, and it can sound so twee and so bullshitty. And so, like, give me the operations manual and I'll do it. But like, don't give me toxic positivity, right? And I get it because I've been there and I feel it often. And I have big conversations with Spirit about that, not with gentle words, by the way. However, what helps me immensely, and perhaps this is something that they are pointing at the moment to share with you so that if it resonates for you, you can try. What helps me immensely is to, for example, when I'm looking at abundance and I go, oh, I don't feel abundant, right? I don't, there's bills that need to be paid and there's not enough coming in, or my daughter needs something and I just don't have the money for it, or whatever. When that abundance feels blocked and not forthcoming, and I get very angry and resentful, what helps me is to go, you know what? Mascara is abundance. Something as simple as a little cheap crystal trinket ring is abundant because it's more than I need. And where else in my life do I already have more than I need? And where in my life is there absolute flow? And I can tell you now, there has not been one single month that has gone by when my bills were not all paid. It just somehow manages to get itself paid, despite my worry, despite my fighting with the universe. The day I go, okay, well, there's clearly nothing I can do more other than go, well, I have food in the fridge and my garden is growing and we're not starving and we're okay. In this very moment, we're okay. And I'm allowing that feeling to be the overwhelming, overarching premise of my life right now, rather than going, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow? Am I going to have enough? I don't have enough now for tomorrow. And then that's just crazy making. Okay, so Cancer, please focus on the flow that already exists and make yourself fluid enough to go with that this week. I hope that resonated beautifully for you. And I hope you have a most marvelous, abundant, flowing and wonderful week this week, Cancer. Please let me know if you enjoyed this. And I appreciate your time and I appreciate your presence. Have a lovely time.